Welcome to Skyrim Requiem 1.8.2. This is all about enchanting, and the first thing you have to have is this power. Bend the law first, and you have to select it, and then you have to activate it by hitting the Z key like you always do for any power. And then what you want to do is you want to take the highest level enchanting potion you can, which is 5% in Requiem. 5% is the highest. And then you want to select your weapon and your soul gem that you want to use. I'm going to go very slowly through this. And I want to put 2 enchants on. Putting 1 enchant, you don't need to bend the law first. But if you select, say, fire and turn undead, you have to before you select the second one, you might have to hit Z again. And then you hit turning. And what this does is this debuffs each one 60%. Now you can also name it, which I am here. And I'm making this for the undead. Normally you would get 50 fire, for example. Then 60% of that would be 30. But it seems to be a little bit less than you're supposed to get, so I didn't quite get the whole thing. Now, what works against certain enemies? Well, against vampires, you want fire. And you want a war axe. You really don't want to use a sword or a mace. You want to use silver or fire arrows if you use a bow. You don't want to use frost because it doesn't work. And swords against high-level vampires doesn't work very well because they have very heavy armor. And normal arrows don't do anything either. So you don't want to ever use frost against something that is dead. Against the undead, fire or turn undead or both work. I found fire or turn undead separately or combined work. War axes work the best. Again, silver or fire arrows. Do not use frost and do not use normal arrows. Normal arrows against skeletons are particularly interesting. They don't do any damage at all. They just go through, they don't have internal organs. They don't do anything. It has to be silver or an arrow enchanted with fire. Dwarven Centurions are a big problem, and the only thing that works against them is a mace or a warhammer and shock. Fire doesn't do anything at all. Neither does frost. Fire dragons, you want to use a mace or a warhammer, and frost. You don't want to use fire against a fire dragon. That doesn't do anything. So the other thing you can do is, when we start talking about dragons, is what if we have a frost or shock dragon? Well, then you use fire. Well, you can only carry so many weapons. So what you can also do is do something like drain health. That way you can use your enchant against all the dragons. And you want to use a mace or a warhammer. A mace can get up to 50% armor penetration, a warhammer up to 75. You can use a Daedric sword, for example, against low-level dragons, but against high-level dragons, it's not going to work. You're not going to kill a high-level dragon with a sword, even a Daedric one, because even a 50% debuff isn't going to be enough. That Daedric weapons give you isn't going to be enough to kill a high-level dragon. You're going to need the Daedric 50% plus the mace or the warhammer. 50% armor debuff for the mace and 75% for the warhammer. A sword, even a Daedric one, isn't going to work, and you're going to need the right enchant. It comes down, you have to have the right perks, the right alchemy, the right weapon, and the right enchant for each enemy in order to be able to win any fight. I hope this helps give you victory in all your battles.